Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, our journey to self-realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring the book Guru Bhakti Yoga, authored by Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj of Divine Life Society, Rishikesh, India, and narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda of Swami Jyotirmayananda Society in Sacramento, California. So we are continuing to enjoy the nectar of Guru Bhakti Yoga, and today we will study the worship of the divine, a message from revered Swami Chidananji Maharaj on his Guru Purnima day speech. We are indeed thrice blessed today, Swamiji says. Already we are extremely blessed in that in this life itself we have had the unique and indescribable good fortune of having attained to the lotus feet of our divine master Sadguru Dev Sri Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj, a blessing whose magnitude is hardly realized even by us. Whether we know it or not, we have been so fortunate in having come to be his disciples that I feel it is a great fortune that even the gods envy. And this is so very true. Whenever you become realized, you become god-like, you become part of God. God and Guru become the same. So that is what Swamiji is giving reverence, and all the gurus who have attained enlightenment deserve the same gratitude and respect, because Swami Shivananji had touched so many disciples, and our divine master Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj is one of the last living masters alive today. So we are so very blessed. Gurudev is 93 and still continuing his Jnana Yagya and creating his grace and giving his grace through each one of us. And I feel equally blessed, just like Swami Chidananji, to be a disciple of this divine holy master Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj. And Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj is the last direct disciple of our Param Guru, Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj. In this blessed life of ours at his feet, trying to follow in his footsteps today, we are even more blessed because we have a special chance of offering our adorations and worship to him in an intimate and personal way, and receiving his blessings upon this most auspicious day of the Guru Purnima. To be near him, living under his benign guidance, is such a great blessing that it is given only to one in a million among mortals, out of great merit done in countless past lives. Therefore, it is a great responsibility placed upon us to strive to realize the full meaning of the Varadan. Vardhan meaning a boon that has been bestowed upon us by the Lord, and strive our sincere best to prove ourselves worthy of the divine grace. So now that we have qualified gurus in our lives, let us earn it by being sincere aspirants, good disciples. As a part of the puja and the adoring worship which we offer to the divine feet of this day, a few words upon the subject of worship of the divine are being spoken. This is a day of puja. It is called Vyasa Puja or Guru Puja. As it happens to fall on a Guru Purnima day, it is also called Guru Purnima or Vyasa Purnima. It is a day of very solemn, significant, and exalted worship. Worship is conceived of in different ways by different people in different states of consciousness, in different stages of evolution. The earliest savage worshipped anything that was awesome and fearful, that appeared to be terribly strong and something over which he had no control, such as thunder, rain, sun, ocean, mountain, and fire. At a later time, man created fanciful objects and endowed them with some qualities and a glorified personality with his own imagination, and tried to worship these objects, anything beautiful, even smooth stones. At a still different stage of evolution, the conception of a higher power, a supreme intelligence at the back of all phenomena, came to be slowly grasped. It resulted in Sakara worship, meaning worship with form. Because even though the human mind was able to grasp this concept of a supreme power, that stage had not yet been reached when this power, in its formless, nameless, attributeless, transcendent aspect, was understood. It's not easy to digest God in a formless way. It was the personal God aspect of this impersonal being that was worshipped. The avatars were there. Images were made of the different deities, and elaborate ritualistic worship of these deities with flowers, sweet smelling sandal paste, waving of lights, and offering of delicious naivedya or prasad were undertaken. A vast majority of persons still prefer and feel inclined to this sort of formal worship to the personal deity. There are still others who conceive of this deity not as an objectified physical material form, but they regard it as being enshrined in their own hearts with form, perhaps, but yet as seated in the lotus of their heart. They sit in silence and try to do mansik puja or mental prayers. There are yet others who, with their mystic sense opened up, dispense with all the elaborate rituals, even in their mansik puja. Their worship consists of the mere repetition of the divine name. That itself, they feel, is a sufficient and a comprehensive, integral worship. They conceive it to be an even higher form than elaborate worship through different angles. Japa is a much simpler and more direct form of worship, like simply chanting Om Shri Ramaya Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Shri Hanumate Namaha, or even just Om, anything. The worship of others takes a still higher form where japa is eliminated and they concentrate upon the deity alone to think of it continuously in an unbroken stream of remembrance. They find delight in this sort of worship alone. So different people have different ways. Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. There is only one truth, but expressed in different dimensions by different people at different level. Still higher up in the ladder of evolution, the sages declare that the best form of worship is direct perception of the divinity, meaning feeling the touch of the divinity. In samadhi, to rise beyond the mind, and therefore concentration and meditation, which are after all mental processes, to go into the supra-mental state of intuition and to be intensely conscious of the deity, which is while in direct communion with it. So basically transcending time and space, which is what it's called, transcendental meditation. Thus we have numerous conceptions of the self same processes of offering our adorations, love, reverence, and worship to the Supreme Being, from the most externalized one to the highest subtle, purely subjective type, culminating in the transcendental worship of the direct perception of samadhi. What is the type of worship that we as disciples at the feet of Sadguru should try to offer unto him? How is our worship of Guru classified? What is the peculiarity of the worship offered by the individual soul to the enlightened soul, so that through this worship the bound individual soul may draw the strength of the enlightened soul, draw the grace of the Supreme Satchitananda, and attain release from birth and death? I shall remind you of two statements Swamiji says. Devo bhutva devam aradhyet, meaning having become God, one should worship the deity. Having become divine, one should worship divinity. Second is Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. One who realizes the Supreme Being himself becomes that. If we are to offer our adorations and worship to the Sadguru in the most effective and worthy manner, then we have to consciously, earnestly, and determinately strive to be the best to our ability, to make ourselves into the same nature as our Guru, as he is himself. It is the great duty of every disciple to do all that he can to try his utmost to develop within himself those divine qualities which shine in all their resplendence through the spiritual personality of the divine master. This is the highest form of sadhana, the one important and most effective form of sadhana which the great monk Thomas Kempis of Europe has referred to when he speaks about the imitation of Christ. He was a follower of Jesus the Christ, and he has given a memorable work of worshipping and following the teachings in the form of Jesus, in the form of imitation of Christ, meaning try to become like your Guru, follow the mannerisms, but not the defects, just not the bodily aspect, the intangible aspect, the Atma aspect, the teachings, the guidance, your mannerism, all that comes in you, and you start even then physically looking like your Guru. It is this endeavor to grow into the likeness of the idealistic personality of the Sadguru in all its beautiful aspects, which is the first and foremost duty of the disciple sadhaka. So, for the sadhak, it's an ongoing journey that one must continue to pursue. So, with this, we conclude our satsang for today. Hari Om Tat Sat. I will see you in tomorrow's satsang.